stepwise methodology. As we discussed in our introduction, that the first thing to write in a manuscript is the methodology. The purpose of writing methodology very clearly is that in case some researcher wants to repeat the experiment, he should not end up emailing or calling you. Every step should be clearly defined in your manuscript, especially if you have designed a new methodology. Researchers would follow it, it will be cited, and so it become a source of citation. So do not miss out that chance. So ensure reproducibility and transparency, and be very specific about any deviation from the standard protocols or any limitation in this methodology. Steps that you've taken to reduce bias, blinding, randomization, calibration, all these should be very clearly defined. So importance of transparency and reproducibility should be there. Now let's start with it stepwise. Step number 1, study design. The type of study, whether it's experimental, observational, cross-sectional, randomized or controlled trial, you should start with that. Secondly, study setting, where the experiment was done, your laboratory, hospital, field, institution, that should be written. Thirdly, study duration, when was it started and when it ended. For example, this study was a laboratory-based experimental research conducted from January to June 2025. Step number 2, ethical consideration. State institutional ethics approval number. Your institution has approved it, your institutional ethical committee has approved it and given you a number. So write that. Informed consent procedure should also be written very clearly, and animal care guidelines, if used, should be given. Step 3, about the study population. The target population and characteristics, how many samples from where they were taken, should be given very clearly. What was the inclusion criteria and what was the exclusion criteria? That is also very important. Sampling technique, whether it was randomized, stratified, convenient or purpose, that should be clearly written. Then sample size is also very important, and its justification. How did you calculated your sample size? So whether through power analysis or previous studies formula, API-info could be used to calculate sample size. Okay, example, we can take example of wheat plants. A total of 60 wheat plants were randomly selected. Then you can state what was your inclusion criteria. Now the step number 4 is about the materials and equipment that you've used during your study. You list all key chemicals, instrument kits and software. Company names and models should be mentioned over there. If you've done any special environmental study, then state those conditions, temperature, humidity, that should be given very clearly. Such as if you are working on, we used calcium chloride, so in the bracket we should write sigma Altridge USA, and it's then its concentrations, how many concentrations you've used. Step number 5 is the procedure. Now this is the core of methodology. Describe exactly what you did in logical order. Treatment protocols, number 1, then data collection techniques, then intervention or exposure, then controls and comparison groups. Always use past tense and ensure someone else could replicate your study based on your description. So be very clear and very thorough about your work. Step number 6. Now about the variables and measurements. Identify your primary and secondary variables. outcome measures, units of measurements, tools, instruments used for measurement, such as spectrophotometer, that should be mentioned, or everything that you've used should be written in black and white. For example, growth parameter measured included root length, root strength, and biomass. Step number 6 is very important. It's a statistical analysis that should be done, which is very important to get the p-value, that to get the statistically significant results. So statistical tests used usually are ANOVA, t-test, regression, chi-square, and software used are SPSS, GraphPad, Prism, etc. Now, confidence intervals, significance levels, and p-values, these are very, very important for the significance of your study. These reflect how significant your study was. So you can write this: the data was analyzed using SPSS or ANOVA. Finally, the checklist. You should be very thorough about it. Once you are done with your methods, is the methodology written in past tense? Is it detailed enough for replication? Are methods referenced if previously published? Are brand names, concentration, models, conditions included? Are statistical analysis clearly